Can't count that. I will count anything else. I'll even count bad RNG on the Red Tear Stone Ring, but that was actually fucking malicious. So Nate Gamer, you actually did get the chance. Perfect, man. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. Cleric Beast can be harder early game. Late game, definitely not. What was that? It can go partially through objects and everything. It doesn't happen often enough. I've only seen it one other time in the history of playing this run, so that's it. That was last year as well when that happened. I think the clip is even from either, actually, it might have been early this year. I gotta check the date of it, but it was like way earlier before we took a break. Yeah, it's possible, but just very, very infrequent to the point where if, like, what do you want me to do to counterplay that? Like, what would I even do every time to assume? Because, like, I can't choose when he attacks either. He could just shoot at a different time. It's still possible, right? I'm not even going to have an identical route through there depending on what the RNG is of the hollows, so I could stall longer if they do hyper jumps or whatever. It's just like, it is what it is, man. Sometimes the game hates you. Another look at the Asylum booty. Joe, okay, see, this isn't fair. Now you're getting what you want. We shouldn't be giving Joe what he wants. It's not good. We gotta rehabilitate you and bring you back from the Asylum Demon obsession. Oh, man. Dancer is one of the least favorite in DS3. It's a pretty decent any percent fight. But I think it definitely gets much, much easier after your first experience more than, you know, most things. So it's similar to Madeira in that way. I do agree that it can become overrated. Although it depends on like what your own approach would be to it as well. Because you could beat it, but then have an approach that's not the best or the safest. Like after you go back. An Asylum Demon emote? I don't know, man. Does anybody else have one? I check to see if anyone has one first so that I don't have to be the person to have one, but if no one has one, maybe we'll make a a BTTV or FFC related one that everyone can use. And in time for May, but okay, if you could pick one DS1 related emote, what would it be? And even down to the expression or what the purpose would be for it, because I'm not going to make a permanent emote like that. Or not permanent, but like a sub emote. It'll be for everybody. What is this fucking... How do you get these guys unstuck? Oh, do we have a development in the experiment here? Have we seen a shift in the... Oh, there. Yes! Yes, there we go, finally. DS1 related emote, let me just say, be wary of amazing chest. Okay, I probably shouldn't have even mentioned that. Damn, now everyone's gonna pick your answer after they wait to see what you said. So they're emote because you know that I hate them? Okay, well, people already have those. Overrated, for example, Artorias is often considered the best, if not second best. Oh, you mean in terms of, like, people's enjoyment of the fight, not the difficulty. Okay. Whole fight seems like a lot of waiting till he does a properly punishable attack. Well, that's because he's blind, though. So it's not really because they thought... Like, it doesn't really have to do with bad design. It's kind of like the intention that he can't locate you a lot of the time. But if you go right up to him, he's just going to start swinging anyways, so you're going to get wrecked. It's like Osiris. He's going to back away from you constantly and stumble around. What else is there another example of? There's other bosses that are completely blind. Seath, you know. It's going to seem derpy because that's part of the idea. It's intentional. So if you consider it that way, then what do you think? Like, do you think that's not good?
Z's1, Z's2, hey big boy.
Like, he's mostly just walking away from you. He doesn't even know where you are until you, I guess, or until he senses you, I guess. I don't know. I guess obviously he doesn't track you based on like sound or anything. It's not like Old Hero, but it's the same idea that he's supposed to be blind. Yeah, he's like more aggressive Old Hero that doesn't rely on sound cues. He'll eventually find you, but doesn't have to do with your sound necessarily. Nari, thank you for the 11 months in a row. Welcome back. How have you been? Also, Phil, what's up? Hawkeye's blind, which it was kind of ironic. Artorias is insane as a broken arm. He's not blind. Are you sure about that? Are you 100% sure? Many cases where I have been told that he's blind, but maybe those people are not credible anymore. All right, Vadi Vidya, I'm coming after you. Challenge me to find something? No, it wasn't even Vadi. I've heard that many times before. We've had it as a discussion before as well, but never heard of him being blind. Okay, there you go. He's not. Maybe I'm blind. I couldn't see him the entire time, so I don't know. Pterodactyls, what's up? How's it going, man? It's a challenge. It smells your cologne. There you go. Remastered DS1 or just HD mods? No, this isn't remastered. It hasn't come out yet. But yeah, it's just DS fix with higher performance visuals. What you need is more eyes on the inside. Oh, we're going on that Ludwig vibe right now. It's not good. I think that would be probably kind of just dark and confusing. Eyes on the inside. Unless you could like transform or something. That should have been Ludwig's second phase. The one head or whatever just like folds inside out. Just like sees every single thing in around 360 degrees. Arrow time? Yeah, the arrow shot there, but it didn't even shoot on the angle to hit me down the stairs, so doesn't matter. Like most of the time it shoots, it still doesn't hit even if you're in the same spot when it shoots. It just sometimes somehow goes perfectly. It's almost like it clips through the floor partially and then gets you all on like the second part of the stairs. Yeah, I need to go back up and get this. Rather than last run? Yeah, a little bit, but that's not really saying much. It should be that every single run gets to this part, and then we see what happens, and then after that, that run gets to ONS if it succeeds. We get past ONS, we see what the ghost does. If the ghost doesn't do anything weird, we get to go in. That's the plan. So, yeah, there's some checkpoints where we have to figure out like what the idea is and how mean the game could be, but other than that, it's the free green light to ONS if you get past this part. Flannel, husband would rather watch Critical Role. Tell him that we shouldn't. Oh, tell him I said do it. Like if you guys, if it's like taking up the TV or something, or like the computer, whatever you're using. Like this is the last run anyway, so if you watch that instead, you could come back and I might still be on this run. Or if I'm not live, nothing happened anyways. So I would just recommend doing that instead. Tell him that he's smart. Notice hollows in DS1 are on the same height as the player in DS3. They are tall. All those are the same height. Well, I mean, there's things that are hollow that are not like the same size. Like there's a lot of things that are hollow that aren't basic soldiers. Like many things have hollow that are a lot larger. But yeah, they are the same size as the player. Which means your worth is very, very little. Power is very little. Barbster, what's up? You didn't come in here with all the capitals and everything. One thing that always bothered you about DS1 was for almost every boss, they're mainly fair, and then some guy at FromSoft was like, hey, let's make a broken attack. Yeah, there's some cases where there's some broken stuff. I don't think everything has a broken attack, but there are some. And there's the ability of canceling or, I guess, skipping animations in some cases where it doesn't make any sense. I think that's if you're like outplaying the boss so well that the game can't keep up in some cases. Like if you do some really crazy shit on ONS and they get confused, like they'll start skipping animations. It could just be with the amount of intensity you're putting them through. I don't know. Even though that sounds hilarious because they're the ones that are much more dangerous, but yeah. Keep stealing the dragon's ring because I need it. Look how shiny I am. We're nice and shiny now. Why you running, Neon? Okay, well the plan was originally to kind of like get that that holiday waistline down just a little bit, and then all of a sudden I turned so slim that I lost skin, and then because we couldn't stop, so I am just running until I have no water content in the character anymore, and it becomes a fossil. We're almost halfway there. We're like a dried fruit right now. Still in the process, but become like a rock solid dry fossil. Then I won't be able to anymore. I'm still pretty weak since he's the first boss. NG plus boosts. Early game NG plus with a good build. Yeah, NG plus on any game, any of them will be like anything early on will be easier than it was on
if X then Y unless
NG.
You're good.
Until you get to the harder stuff.
If X you die.
That's only because you have like you're over prepared for it compared to the first playthrough with your upgrades and everything. And like the scaling of health isn't so substantial that it can like outclass that, because it has to be relative to the progression, and the progression usually has a scaling in a sense where it's not like a system that like is dictating everything at like with a percentage, but everything does get more and more health the later you go, you know, like things get stronger and stronger. Sometimes it's not like even, it'll be like, okay, this has a lot more health, then you get to the next thing that's mandatory, it has a little bit less, but it's harder in some other way, you know, there's a relative progression that way. And that's why NG plus would be easier in the beginning, because it's not that it's, oh, Gascoigne has like, you know, 10 times the amount of health, but then everything else has like 5 because he has less health by default, and we need to scale it equally. It's like, no, he has like double or like 1.5 times, and everything else does too, so that when you get to things with more health by default, the multiplier or whatever they do to it's like, you know, a lot greater. But yeah, simple reason for that. Anyways, Doctor, thank you, man. If X then Y, unless you're good, then screw you. If X, you die. This is a big problem. I didn't even realize that we were talking about letters. I thought this was about like strats. Also, why X and Y? Why can't we have like A, B, C? I only know how to count to C, that's it. So you're gonna have to help me out with that. Who thought of the attack and why were they allowed to do Beta Chaos? Make an attack from needle that hits across the map. That's something that's pretty fair, man. It doesn't have a short wind-up. It has a pretty long wind-up. The telegraphing's not possible to see if you're far away. That's the problem, right? But I think it's fair because, I mean, they allow you to use it yourself. You can do that in PvP if you want to. Same deal. So... Actually, I think it's even more OP in PvP when you get it, because it's like multiple swords. I think it's cool just for that reason that they allow you to have it, but it's annoying when you can't see them. I know for a fact that if you're really far away, there's a very slim chance you're going to escape it, because, like I said, that sound cue doesn't have enough of a change in anything where you can like locate a time to roll or whatever.
Because Math wanted me to find its X. She's not coming back, and we don't know why, either.
Doctor, thank you very much again, man. Math wanted you to find its X. Oh, okay, I see. Well, as long as we don't start throwing out, like, Pythagorean theorems, integers, and, I don't know, like, something else with mathematical, sporadical, combaticals, I'm fine with that. Where's the checkpoint? Well, the first checkpoint was Red Tier Stone Ring, where we see what happens, because it's not guaranteed. Now we make it to ONS, that's the goal. There is no RNG in the rest of this that is straight up just like a coin flip. I mean, okay, there was the situation with the gargoyles, but how often do they actually do that to produce the situation where there's two of them, and it's not like me lacking damage on them or missing opportunities before that. So we're gonna count that out just because I still could kill them after that, and the chance of it happening every time is just not really there. So we make it to ONS. After ONS, the ghost in Londo. Both of the ghosts would be the next thing. The problem is the second one's not really as likely to fuck you because it doesn't have as much time to do anything. You kind of like pop around the corner before it can start attacking. So it happens less on that. Usually get the instant attack on the other one. After that, it's straight to Gwyn. That's it. But yeah, it sounds simple said that way. Obviously, there's so many things that can be screwed up with my execution in between that. But in terms of actual coin flips, those are them right there. Infinite, what's up? How's it going, man? Welcome. Can you not see the chat? Douche Knight spotted. That's Burn Nike Sanders, man. He's just minding his own business. But I guess I did kill him. Oh no! I just threw that Titanite on the wrong thing. That's not good. Okay, we're gonna have to go +4 on this, so I feel like we can definitely still do it this way, but if this goes wrong because of that, then we know it's that I threw it on the hand axe. So that's not good, but it's definitely still possible. Dark Lord, what's going on? I am doing again. I am always doing. How are you doing? I hope you are doing in general, because if you're not doing, then what is even happening? Tertiary, you missed it. Yeah, it was the most exciting thing ever. You skipped out on a revelation. Such a revolutionary moment where you could see something that people have seen possibly 5 million times. But the special thing was this time was 5,000,001, and you didn't even know that you were the secret potential winner of random sweepstakes that would happen exactly on the 5 million in first attempt. If you were typing something in chat at the time that the fight happened, but you didn't show up, so you'll never know what the prize was. I even had a dude with a microphone to come out and grant you this gigantic prize that I won't tell you about, but he's gonna ask you questions and interview you. You're gonna be on TV. The whole reason I started streaming was because of this moment as well, but you kind of ruined it. Now I got to continue and try to pretend I can play this. So, thank you. Failure run for me? Oof, it hurts. The pain, the suffering. Ah. Asylum Demon. Why? Thought occurs. What the fuck is sweepstakes? Where does that come from? I don't know. It's just like... it's a really stupid word. I thought I'd throw it in there. It's like... I guess like, it would probably be useful for someone to look up the exact definition of it now, but it's kind of like a prize-related thing where you can like win things, like a contest sort of thing. It's like the idea of contests. Same term pretty much, but just a different way of saying it, I think. So something like that. But hey, why would I say contest when I can say that? Like obviously everyone loves sweeping stakes. Like stakes are so nice to sweep around. Or just drop stakes and just like sweep them. Play some broom hockey with them or something like that. Not gonna stay up again until 6 a.m. like last night in Susie's stream. Vord, a good call on that, dude. That's super late. Have yourself a good rest. Sliver, what's up? How's it going? Okay, so let's dictate what's going on here. I get the first running attack. He backsteps. It's counter damage. Second one's not pulled yet, so as soon as I hit him again, that's when this starts. The difference and the good thing is with this, I got a really good head start, and then I got the stagger, and the counters made it so the +4 didn't matter. It's just as simple as not having him do something that wastes the time. Very, very easy to get this when he doesn't do that. Now, I think I might have a file for this, but they don't load right now. So if I ever have a run down gargoyles, from now on, what I might do is somehow just practice the fight with both of them and see if there's certain spots where there's a higher likelihood of surviving. I know it's not guaranteed, it'll never be 100%, but I wonder if I could find certain setups of where they're more guaranteed. The only issue with from there is like the circumstances you have when the second one runs up is always going to be different. You're always going to have a different amount of stamina. The other one's going to be in a different spot doing something different every single time it starts. So I wonder if it's just that I'm already good enough at it. I think that might be the case. I might be pushing too hard to find answers for that. Because look, we did it with +4. You sweepstakes around vampires. Do they ever get bothered by that? Or are you just like inconsiderate or something? You just don't care. Gonna sweepstakes around vampires? How dare you? They're minding their own business, just chilling, and you're like, hey, I got this stake. It's on the ground. I'm sweeping it around your feet. Prize won in a contest. Prize won in race or contest. 1773 from Middle English sweepstake. One who sweeps or wins all the stakes in a game. Okay, well. Fine then. That's close enough, but not exact, so. Interesting. Set up your console in a room so now you can stream DS3. You're so hyped about that. Nice, man. I would beware, though. One thing that you're going to have to deal with now that you wouldn't have experienced before is Miyazaki will know that you did this, and you might see a hand reaching through your screen sleeping. Like, you might wake up for a moment, and if you see a hand, like, reaching from somewhere, and it's trying to reach into your soul, just make sure you get up really quick and like, you could probably put like a cover over the screen, or you could like flip it over, you could put it on its back, whatever. I could leave completely, but just beware of that. There's nothing you can do to prevent it ahead of time. You just gotta kind of just react. Hope that you do not have that experience, but it might happen. Man, this is Miyazaki confirmed, Rip Ron. Oh man. People who don't like onions should just die, Mech Possum. You know what? I can't agree with that exactly, but I can kind of agree with it. Mostly because they're very good and they're very good for you, but I guess everyone has a choice, right? You don't like oxygen? You better breathe harder. You better appreciate it. But I don't like oxygen, man. Well, you're gonna die. Why are you gonna kill me, bro? It's like, no, you're gonna die because you're not breathing. It's like, well, I only breathe the other stuff, not the oxygen part. I filter it. And the memes at this point are becoming actually, like, abysmal. If you wanted to, like, patent these and sell them as products, people would pay for you to stop selling them. Like, that's a fact.
4 months of Squillumination. Honored to be here. For all the strong onion opinions. Opinions? Never mind. Thanks again.
Okay, Madi, okay, you kind of balanced the cringe a little bit with that. Thank you. Appreciate the 4 months in a row, man. Yeah, the punions. The opinions. Thank you very much. Doesn't the moss lady sell moss? Yeah, so the merchant in the sewer, or the waterway, sells moss. The problem is, what do you gotta do to get there? You gotta kill Capra Demon. Or you gotta run by Capra Demon and kill everything else. And how do you get to Capra Demon? You gotta go through the rest of Undead Burg. Is that safe? No. So we farm it, or we just skip on it, and it's all safer regardless, because out of all the times I've gone to Quelaag without moss, most of them I have won. And if I've lost it, isn't necessarily because of the moss. I mean, I think there was one time I can remember recently where I wasn't checking the health, but other than that, like, it should be fine. There's no real excuse for that. Oh boy. Okay, don't jump, don't jump, don't jump. Onion puns. You forgot where she was? Mixed her up with the corpse that has humanity and the rat. Yeah, it's on the other side of that, and to open that gate, you gotta do a lot of sketchy things, man. So we'll be getting them for reasons... I guess, I don't know if you would kill Capra Demon first before Quail Egg and all bosses, but if somehow it worked out to be like that, then I would be able to buy them. I wouldn't have to farm them at all, so that's nice. But really, if you think about it, it doesn't waste that much time to kill those guys. You love garlic, you love onion, and you love olives, and because of garlic bread, you can have them all with pizza. Here you go. Perfect, man. Everything is set. You're the greatest human of all time. Your experience is unparalleled. No one understands how great it is to be you, Orchidar. But can you have some sympathy and understanding for others that aren't as prestigious in the activity of deciding what their favorite things are and, you know, not liking onions or garlic or anything? Jeez. Making it sound so cool, but some people are scared of those things. They're like, no, I can't commit to it. Wall effect into lava seems legit. A lot of things on this you gotta give some slack to. It's like a... Okay, first of all, it's not meant to be very, very realistic at all. And it was made in 2011, so... Might have even been starting... It was probably started in 2009, 10 or something. One of those. So even before that. It's dated enough where you can allow it to be weird. The lava can be weird. People can be weird in this. I can do things that are supposed to be straightforward and they turn out to be weird, and it's okay. Because it's had time to be improved and it has been improved upon. So anytime you're like, hey, I don't like this, there's still that like back of the mind kind of reminder. It's like, hey, you played this game sucks. It's one of those. Mikey, what's up, dude? Welcome back. Thank you for the host as well. Kill it as always, much love. I will try to, as you say, kill it, but can the it in this situation be me and it still works? Or is that a fail? I don't know. Something will be killed regardless. That's always a promise, but I can't guarantee it's going to be me killing other things. Only try. Suspension of disbelief. Pearl, what's up? Do you have any Grey Poupon? What is that? Something must die. That should be the tagline for... Actually, that should be my title right now. Something must die. I'm tempted, Mikey. I might make that the title tomorrow or something and see what happens. People might understand more. They're like, okay, I get it. Something died. It was you. It's accurate. Nice. I appreciate it. Instead of like, streamer, why are you not resetting for practice on a run where you have to reset every single time? Why do you care about going over shit, streamer? It's not legit. You took hits and it's not just one, so you didn't reset. Me tolerating others' opinions. Maybe you should not punch anyone in the face that says consoles are worth something in society. They are worth something. I would say that they're definitely, they have their place. But the unfortunate reason of why they have their place right now is because of exclusive content and like the very, very tiny underlying, you know, like an underlying fact that's not even really in the spotlight is like small features that are exclusive as well and that are not even used that much necessarily. So I think it's probably inevitable that they will not be thriving at a certain point or not existing the same way, if at all. But I don't think anyone deserves to get punched in the face for thinking that, because maybe that's what they like. Maybe you prefer something that's not as optimal or not as frugal or not as overall smart of a decision because you're not looking at it that way. Maybe you just like something and you can like it. There you go. No, it's not as smart of a decision in my opinion. Unless you want something very fast instantly that provides, but then down the road is less effective and less cost effective. But there's an audience, man. Most people here that have a PC as well have a console still, so it's like you can't even really say that it's not for something. But yes, that's probably because of exclusives. Why the onion puns? It just started out of nowhere and I rolled with it, man. Can you blame me? If someone just said something about an onion and it was awkward, wouldn't you try to make a joke? Or would you just be like, oh, the bandit guy right there is getting sneaky. I can't say that I've seen him run at me after kicking the guy off. He's never really made it over there, so that's kind of sketchy. I have to pay extra attention to him now. We're going into focus mode. He might be on to me. If you like making the worst decision, yeah, but like, let's say that the situation is circumstantial to that moment. So like at that moment, it's the best decision because you didn't save for a PC. Even though, yes, you will be spending more money on that console in comparison, depending on how much you use it. So if the circumstance is it's quick, I mean, there's so many situations. A lot of people capitalize on the quick fix for a lot of things in business. It's like you provide something that's instant for a better deal, you know. Even if it's not a better deal for you later on, but it is at that moment, you're going to go for it if you're vulnerable. It's like loan places or whatever, or you know, there's one example I can give where, dude, you're not making it. Or one of the services I use for the stream, for example, they give me an option that I can accept a lower payout, but I can get my payment sooner. I don't do that because luckily I'm not in the situation where I'm like needing to, but I would if I needed to, because it's smarter at that time, right? Sometimes you don't have a choice, so it's like you're gonna get caught up in stuff like that where it's like snappy, it's fast, it's there. It works at that time, but down the road, if you're actually serious beyond that, it's definitely not as effective. Unless, of course, it's the exclusives. So understand that before you're telling people they're stupid for consoles. And I know you didn't say that directly now, but just as a perspective, being that type of person. Because there's been so many times over time where it's like, oh, this is better than that. No, PC's better than both. This and that. It's just kind of silly because like you can choose whatever you want. It doesn't matter. DM sent. Oh, you sent me a DM. All right, I'll check for that. I'm assuming that's on the Twitter, right? Or is that like an inbox on here, Mikey? I'll check both just in case because I feel like you might be gone already. But yeah, for the Funyuns. I've heard that those things are really good, but I've never seen them or had them. I know they exist. Had a console for some games and a PC for some other games. There you go. You know, you divide it. If there's exclusives, you use it for that. But if we're talking about just the idea you want to play a game, it's instantly more convenient, and also because you don't have to assemble anything or pay for someone to assemble something for a higher price that's also a ripoff. So there you go. Easy mode. Beats Bunions. Let's get this guy out of here. Put this on first. Oh wait, he was the one on the ledge. Never mind. Okay, I thought he was... I got confused. I'm expecting to turn the corner and there's another enemy. It's been either a long time or just something that doesn't happen enough, where it's like that relief that you expect an enemy to be right in front of you and there's no one there. That's perfect. What people don't understand about exclusives is what they truly are. Games that have been taken hostage by consoles. Well, the companies that produce the games have the right to make them exclusive. If it's their intellectual property, you can't deny it's their right to distribute it any way they want, right? They could even make it and play it themselves and not let you play it at all if they wanted to. People have done that shit before, but not like obviously with serious projects. But yeah, you can make anything you want. If you're making it available to more people, that's because that's your intention. If it's an advantage for your business, why would you release it to other platforms? You know, especially if it sells units, and these units are kind of expensive. Does PS4 Pro give any advantage for Bloodborne? It does slightly, yeah, but not like a huge advantage. It doesn't have like what's it called? Performance-wise, it's not such an advantage that you would play differently. And like visually wise, yes, if you had like a 4K setup or whatever, you could technically have like a way better visual experience, but obviously that's not going to make you play any different either. So, not by much. It's mostly on the stuff that will have a completely different performance, like so 30 versus 60 FPS on some things. That's a drastic difference. It's twice the amount of frames, right? Extra thick for the next boss. You know, I've never even thought about it, but Iron Golem is most certainly thick. And just like the idea of not being able to play one game without spending 200 to 300 USD. Okay, for your situation in that, yeah, that's not good. I guess it also depends on where you live for certain stuff, but I feel like if that's how much they are there, would it be... Oh, wait, no, you mean... Sorry, I didn't even read the very last part of that. No, never mind. You mean for the console to be able to play something. Yeah, that's true. But then I guess it gets into this discussion we had yesterday, where if you live in a region where things are priced very heavily, it's all going to be relative to whatever that is, so... They're still probably going to be in the same league or same separation, like so one's going to be this much, the other one's going to be this much. Same deal, but just everything's going to be more. Yeah, that's why I usually tell people, yeah, I'm like, don't get a console for one game unless you can justify it for future use other than that. Or that one thing you're getting is going to give you so much replayability and value that you earn it back in the time put into it. Same way you would with multiple things. Also, I just realized on this, we don't have the +5 still, so I gotta hit this dude a little bit more. I have to throw in those R2s. What's the extra thickest boss in this? I want to say... Gaping Dragon, maybe? I don't know. Probably not Gaping Dragon. Gaping Dragon's just like a large object. More platforms means more competition, which urges devs to innovate. Yeah, innovate for the features of specific platforms. That's very true. But that's kind of like a result of the fact that that's how it is, right? I don't think it's because like they want to necessarily innovate for each platform. It's just because that is the case. That's how it is. But it is true though. There's differences between each thing. Sometimes deals that you get for certain things, which is more of a competition sort of deal, you know. If the dev is told, okay, if you're making this multi-platform, you have to offer this character or this special item only for this platform. It's kind of like, it's not their decision, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's the person that, the platform they're providing it for requests that, or there's a deal made between them. Hate the innovation argument, it's not guaranteed. And if we're talking about taking advantage of certain hardware, then that's also if it's provided, right? That's like a condition that if these things are present, then yes, we can do this. But no, like, oh, like the dev wants to do this, but it can't on PC, for example, whatever. Because as a baseline expectation, yes, there's always going to be a release for PC for multi-platform stuff. There's probably always going to be one for whatever leading current-gen console there is as well. But if it's like a Switch, for example, it's got these mobile features, these Joy-Cons, everything, maybe then, yes, it's a bit different. Because a bunch of new stuff that's just been added to the pool of possibilities. So people want to develop for that specifically. Then you look at Switch and you're like, hey, there's not a lot of shit out for it, so maybe people aren't doing that. Okay, let's not miss this jump. Letnez, Ceaseless is the thickest. Oh yeah, he actually is pretty giant too. Ceaseless might be the biggest enemy in the game. I should have taken that back. Gaping Dragon doesn't count. Why every time 7 talismans? Is it a drop rate percent or other things? It's guaranteed after 7 talismans. It's also guaranteed after 6 if you kill the mimic after the 6th one. So I get the extra one in case I miss. We have 2 chances basically. But yeah, after that many, no matter what, it's going to drop. You also could go around and kill every mimic in the game, like I've mentioned before. The last one that exists will always drop it regardless, but you might get it sooner. Switch has Bayonetta. Doesn't other platforms have that too? Or, like, I guess not, maybe not, like, competition right now, but hasn't there been releases of it on other things in the past? Maybe other Nintendo products. Lurking the whole time, Jay Youngs. Gotta stream some PUBG. Oh yeah, no worries, dude. No worries. Thank you for the good lucks. Have a good stream, by the way, man. Enjoy it. Now I know you were lurking, haha. Biggest enemy is gravity. It's everywhere. Dude, gravity is so present in this compared to DS3 that it's actually like a force that's whispering to you constantly. It's reminding you how close it is. One thing you appreciate of the Switch is that it gets old games that you didn't get to play remastered. Yeah, it's cool for that if you didn't get to play like certain indie titles or whatever. And then I guess if Virtual Console ends up being somewhat decent, even though I think the direction they took for it wasn't what people expected, you might get to play something like super old school that's a lot better, you know, a lot easier to access. Measuring thickness of size of Midir, he's the biggest boss in the Soul series, you believe? Maybe. I feel like Walnir is bigger than Midir. Walnir doesn't have, like, much mass. It's kind of just like bones, but he's... Just half of him is pretty gigantic. Even if we assume it's just, like, the torso and the arms, I think he's good competition for Midir if we're talking about size. I don't know. I wonder. Or maybe it's that he's just very tiny inside the chalice cup and you are smaller than him and get shrunken down to an ant. Because that's kind of what happens, right? Maybe. Yeah, I guess we can pretend that he fell. I guess he would have if he had more health in that spot. It was a win either way. GG. Theory that Walnir is the bearer from DS2. The bearer of the curse? Like like you as the character? That's an interesting theory. You know what? Actually, it's interesting because I can see how that would make sense, but only because just like the conclusion of the main game on that and everything. Gladys, what's up? How's it going, man? How are you? How would they connect the chalice to DS2 though? Like the actual chalice physically itself that's on the table. Poultrygeist, welcome back. Thank you for the host, by the way, man. How was your stream? What's going on, bro? Also, B-Sweat, I didn't even welcome you back. I'm sorry. So strange. I agree. It's definitely very strange. Each game has its own good parts and shit parts. You don't know which is best. That's a good thing. I think being confused of which one is the best is something I would love to have as an experience. I kind of instantly knew. I mean, sometimes it would change depending on, you know, what was presented, but it was kind of the idea. Demon Souls was the only thing at one point for me, and then DS1 was better than Demon Souls. DS2 is still not as good PvE-wise as DS1. We're just talking about that. DS3 was just in between the two, and then once it got more DLC, it was better than DS1, and Bloodborne was better than them all. So it kind of like, the only change was for DS3 once they made extra content. But I'd love to actually not be able to pick between either, or any of them. And have them all equal and all that. He totally fell, yeah, I saw that. I remember, yeah, I was watching. When he like tripped and like, I think he's like actually like toppled over the edge or something like that. Fernum, what's up? You want to make a DS3 SL1 speedrun, but you haven't been able to pull off the tumble buff. Any tips? Are you on version 112? Pretty good. Glad to see that 0 on Nito. Shame about the one on BOC. Man, the one on BOC wasn't even like in that area. It was on the... Actually, I gotta get ready for this guy. He's gonna take 2 swings. It was on the one of the ogres in the cave. One of like the Shrek club dudes. Very, very silly. Oh, okay, apparently the counter damage works this time and I don't have to swing twice. Even with the +4. Perfect. Defiled amygdala. Everyone mentions defiled amygdala. I need to check this out. Because to me it seems... I think I've seen it before in the past, and it didn't really make sense of why it seemed to be so much worse than the normal one. And the only thing I could conclude was like the area and like the amount of extra health or whatever, but still, it's like the same amygdala either way. Like any Chalice thing that's like a re-release or a reiteration of the main game stuff is the same, right? Bloodborne is best. BB needs PC port, 60 FPS. That'd be pretty sick, man. I feel like you would be able to play as so much better because not only because of just the obvious reasons of the benefits, but like specifically with the pace of the game, I think it would benefit a lot. For things that are slower like this, for example, 30 FPS on this, it's not like the slowest pace thing ever, but it's slower than Bloodborne enough where it's not going to benefit the same degree. But when there's like super fast motion and everything, it's gonna get so much more value out of it. TYVM and TTFN. Body 2, I don't even know what the second abbreviation means, but I think you should leave it a mystery. I wanna be haunted by it. Like this guy's haunted by the ladder. There was a time where I knew the ladder, and I knew that the ladder respected me. I could hear it talking to me, saying, "I love you, Painting Guardian." And as I traversed the ladder time and time again, it grew dull like a flame that had been put out, leaving me pondering in the middle of the ladder of why I even got to this place and who I even was. And it took the rekindling from an adventure shooting the boobies of the statue to make me realize I just loved being on the ladder regardless of the situation, and I would stay there forever, and I would never chase. I would only remain until you learn to dodge the blasts. I had trouble with Loran Dark Beast. I actually don't... I don't know what the Dark Beast... Is the Dark Beast the same as Parl, or is that like a complete different enemy? Have you seen the Heathers musical? That does not sound familiar. Explain. Okay, let's get out of here. They're doing a pretty good job with getting this guy stuck. I feel like if we're going to make it really safe, we need to see that happen first. So I'll take extra time right here. I think before I would have just ran right away if he was on the other side of this, but I kind of want him in the stairwell. That's really fast. We'll try this out. I think he's far enough away, but that might be the best we'll get right now. 1 minute and tell me your gender so you can use it for a project. You need 20 more participants. Sounds good. Awesome. Resting heart rate 9001. There you go. Perfect. Oh, he was right there with the... Oh my god. What is... Oh, the dunks! Give me the bonus souls. I don't even need them. Actually, if there ever was a time where they'd be useful, that's clutch, man, because I could have had the wrong amount of souls overall, and he could have saved the run. But luckily I have extra. I don't think we've had that happen yet, but that was pretty cool. Oh! Oh! Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my god, what is happening right now? This is not real life. This is... It didn't... What? That was fucking, like... Dude... That was so crazy, man. That was so lucky, man. I don't even care about skill in that. That was fucking... That was fucking crazy. That was... I don't even care about the parry. Like, that's not even important. Just so many reasons why that was crazy. Oh, I definitely should have waited for the shot longer on the pillar. I had a very fast arrival at that spot, and there was no shot that hit the post as I passed by. I have to wait for that, so... I should have been slowing down a bit, like kind of rolling backwards, then going back up before, because I went so much faster. Can only run across that stretch when the arrow makes the impact immediately on the pillar. That's the best we can do, so... Jesus Christ, man. Matrix mode. Like, fuck. Oh. I even knew when I parried, too. I'm like, I probably could just die right here, but if I get the parry, at least it'll be kind of cool, right? But yeah, his tracking is so weird. It's like, he's not actually standing on the ledge, but somehow the arrows, like, curve around the corner. And then they were actually getting stuck, and I was in the same spot where it passed by before, but somehow, mysteriously, they can make it by sometimes. Unless he moves down, but I don't recall him doing that. It's weird. Disappointment. Based off the original movie back in 1996, and let me tell you, they are bloody good singers. Okay, so if you send me a link with the stuff, I'll listen to it. But I don't think I've no one I've talked to has mentioned that, from what I can remember. Like the movie, that is. Vero clip, yeah, that's a good clip. That's an epic clip. So glad you were happy to see you were here to see that in person. Yeah, I mean, okay, similar things can happen sometimes where I have to do the parry and I'm ready for that, but the extra on that was the fact that it was good enough timing to escape the arrow, given that I had the suspicion. I didn't set it up right, so I just spammed roll and got lucky. But then the second one that missed by a bit where I was parrying was just fucking crazy. It's like, I had to bring him back farther than I would normally need to. I think that if I didn't backpedal as much, I could have had like a guaranteed safer situation, but I made more space because I wasn't sure. And I think that was a bad decision, but it worked. $75 BPM. You guys actually took your resting heart rate? Wow. Now they're gonna know everything, man. This is like some next level shit. They're gonna hack your brain and control you from the system. The government's gonna own your soul, bro. Why are you telling them the resting heart rate, man? That's all they need. It's the key to your sanity. The key to your life, bro. Shouldn't have done that. You should have listened to your heart instead of listening to your heartbeat. You know, fuck the heartbeat. Listen to what your heart says to you. If you don't pay attention to the heart rate, you can hear it speaking and saying, help me. And you keep listening and it's like, nah, actually, you know what? I don't need any help. I'm good. I was just kidding. you wake up and it's a dream. Been hacked for 20 years. Okay. Let's do this. Bob Ross, what's up, man? Bob Ross doesn't care if they hack him. Maybe that's why Bob Ross was so awesome, because they hacked him from the beginning. And he was like running simulations of just like good guy material, like good quality talented painting and good commentary and everything. But it really wasn't even Bob Ross. Bob Ross was actually like a savage murderer or something like that. And they tamed him, they captured him, they put a chip in his brain. Why'd he kill the friendly giant? See, you're guilt tripping me right now, and the first way you're doing it is you're describing him as friendly. So what makes him friendly? Because he's not trying to kill me. He's friendly. So if you go up to somebody and they don't kill you in society, they're a friendly person because they didn't try to kill you. I disagree with this reasoning, and because there's no title that mentions friendly giant, I want to say that you're victimizing yourself and the giant. And that you need to realize that he's just giant, and we take that as the title. You can contest my actions, but you cannot use that term because it instantly changes everything that's going on, and it gives you leverage that you shouldn't have. So I don't agree with friendly giant. I agree with normal giant that is respectable enough to purchase things from, and that's it. Gibby Bean, what's up? How's it going, man? But forge he can, strong he am. Okay, you know what? Poultry guys brought it back. You win. He's friendly. He forges. Forging is friendly. That's it. You've proven your case. It's all good. Well, now we got to prove our case on this. Good thing we went for one last run. I know. Okay, the funny thing was I didn't plan for the extra one to go well, even though we had the stupid arrow on the third last that was supposed to be the end. So that's kind of funny. Maybe it was a sign. Miyazaki's like, let's see how far you can go before you crack under the pressure of the memes. And he waited, he planned it out, but he knew that I would try again. So either there's some sinister trick up his sleeve now, or we have a shot. Yeah, I tried to do a running attack there, but it just didn't let me. I don't know if the sprint might have not even been started. But, I mean, obviously there's no mistake, but I gotta go back and check that as well, because I'm wondering if it actually dropped the running input. Weird. Definitely wanted to punish that. That was good. That might be the speedrun problem, because there's a speedrun issue related to that, where sprints don't actually happen. Even though you do it for a long time. Oh god. Oh shit. Yeah, you can like hold sprint for a while, much longer than you would need to for it to work, and it just doesn't. But I haven't had that on this run before, so I wonder. Bad RNG though. Which honestly, I don't actually think that's the best RNG, because personally I don't agree with punishing that many times, just in the case that you miss, because the recovery could be so costly with no stamina that you can't actually time getting away from it, but I was pretty certain that I was going to hit all of those. Sometimes it can hit the hammer. The hammer hitbox will block his body, so even if you make contact, it doesn't do damage. That'd be pretty bad. Okay. They're very challenging ONS compared to the one that we got earlier, but not too bad. Second phase, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Stimmer, for blessing us today with this stream. I'm sorry you had to take time away from your music to do this. I'm sure your band members at Kill Switch Engage miss you, but we really do appreciate you here too. Less than 3.
Band members at Kill Switch Engage? What? Thank you very much, bro, Ceratop.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
That sound is amazing. Rejoice, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. For the first time in your feeble cursed life, Rejoice. You have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton, thank you. The head goes in the neck, and this is where the eye holes are. Yeah, the eye holes for Smo are in the neck. The head isn't the top thing. The top thing's just like a headpiece. Alright, which actually, again, it kind of leads into the conversation we had earlier, like, why is the armor designed that way? What is the implication of having a headpiece that looks like a head that's not your head? Is it for, like, you know, intimidation, or like what's the reasoning for them designing it that way? Or in the lore, I guess. Cove, thank you for the GG, man. Yeah, I must say, like, we were memeing around and having fun, whatever, but like that fight definitely like woke me up inside greater than Evanescence ever could. It was pretty pretty scary. Can you get the Lord Vessel without killing the waifu? No. I don't think so. Actually, yeah, sorry. Well, you have to get it by asking. You just talk to her, but you can, I guess that's, yeah, it's different, so. You don't have to kill her. I kill her because it pisses off Gwendolyn, and Gwendolyn's illusion of Anor Londo in the current state that it's in, it's all light and Guinevere exists, is actually harder to navigate later, so it removes the giants that are located on the way to archives that could kill us. So killing her removes those enemies, basically. That's why I do it. But, it also is speedier to do it that way, too. Like, you would just want to do that for the speed. Thought eliminated. Oh, boy. Surprise you that a death noise if it's an illusion? That's true, man. His magic is like 4K fucking, like, smell-o-vision. Straight up from, like a ultra-realistic hallucination, man. They got, like, the sound effects on point. Dolby 7.1. I don't know where he went to school to learn his magic, but he's pretty good at it. Maybe he had to trade his feet for the snake's trade of the super dank abilities of creating illusions like that. There's some sacrifice made to be that prestigious. I don't know.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
It is quite the magic, though.
So the world might be mended.
Poke chop sandwiches. Okay, your name, I don't know if you know the G.I. Joe meme, but I want to say it because your name. I won't say it, but I want to. Thank you very much, Sandwich. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton. You have discovered the secret circle of the Squilluminati. After telling kids that they were stupid and they shouldn't have been cooking pork chop sandwiches and to get the fuck out of there because they're stupid. Meanwhile, they're not saying English. E. Mornstein and Smo? E. Mornstein? Are you saying Ornstein's emo? Alright. So really what is happening now, we get past Sif. We had the experience on the beginning of Nido Split, but not the Catacombs part. Catacombs part went good yesterday. Archives was experienced. I was reckless on most of it after the incident that we had, so definitely know how to be safer than that, but we have some good backup practice. Still comes down to getting good, though. Ultimately, it's always the case. Okay, we're getting the god tier RNG on this. Nice. And no silly jumps either. Oh, but now that I say it, watch it happen. Watch it happen. Okay, never mind. I thought they were coming in with the switch up as soon as that was mentioned. Okay, easy mode Sif. Not bad. Getting out of there. Still have the homeward bone left, too. Okay, let's correct the splits quick. Let's place the Lord Vessel before Four Kings as well. Why can't we get a Smo amiibo? I would actually get a Smo amiibo even if I didn't have a Switch or get the Switch version just to have it. But then it also comes down to, do I want to put it somewhere and collect it? I guess if I was a collector, I should say, I would get it just for the case of having it. Especially if it was as detailed as the other one. It's a hit count if you block the damage completely. This isn't a 0 damage run. We're trying to take no damage from an enemy of any sort or impact from their attacks via stagger. Anything making contact with the character, even if you block it with 100% damage reduction shield, it makes an impact on the character, and it costs stamina to take that impact, so that's the indication that you still got hit technically. It didn't calculate the damage because the shield's resistance is, but you're still getting hit, yeah. So I can't get touched by an enemy, resulting in attack with damage or stagger. You could do a run where you blocked all the damage and said it was no damage if you wanted to. I've mentioned that before, but I mean, even you know at that point that you're kind of it's not the same kind of run as what we would do for no damage. You're kind of gimping it a bit by using the shield. You've seen Anor considered the various Soulsborne figures, Artie, Sif, Ornstein, Maria. I saw the one of Maria and the one of the basic hunter for Bloodborne, but I haven't seen the other ones yet. Are they all made by the same company? There's a difference between no damage and no hit. Yeah, the difference would be the environmental damage and the fact that, again, if you wanted to be the person that uses 100% shield, you could technically do it that way, because the impact of the hit or the staggers, you could also not count since they don't decrease your health, but that's the easy way out of that, in my opinion. That's not like a satisfying 0 damage necessarily. But you could get away with saying that if you wanted to. Go for that. Possible to make a no damage run on Souls. Napoleon, yeah, you can do a no damage on, I think, any of them. Well, it's been done on DS2, it's been done on DS3, it's been done on everything but Bloodborne and Demon Souls. But Demon Souls, I would assume there's some way. I don't want to be 100% on that, because... Oh, what the fuck? Yo, let's get the hell out of here. How the hell... What... I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. No time for stopping at all, even when it seems safe. Miyazaki's after us. Let's get the fuck out of here. I don't even know what that was. Or how that happened, but it happened. So, yeah. Like, Demon Souls, I don't want to say there's nowhere that you can't take fall damage, or if there's a guarantee you can avoid all of it, but you might be able to. Bloodborne, you can avoid all the fall damage, and you can avoid Frenzy. I have proven that myself in practicing 0 damage for it. So, it's just very, very difficult to pull off, but, good. Oh, that ghost was Slowpoke. Slowpoke level. What's with that one, too? They both were just like, I think this is my cue to attack. I think I'll start now. Ugly, I'm doing good. How are you today? What's up? Galahorn, welcome back as well. Okay, I don't even think that landed. Okay. No damage, misheard. Sorry, that's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, Melty did the no hit on that, and I'm sure he'll try no damage at some point. If not, I think what I was gonna say is if we learn no damage on it, or sorry, if we learn no hit on it, that we might just want to turn it into no damage right off the bat, but only because I'm not going to be playing a lot of Demon Souls consistently. Like, maybe around the time of that if we go for it and I get the new capture card, but we will see. How many times you finished DS1 to DS3 in Bloodborne, Egger? Quite a bit. It's a lot of emotes. Zeke, what's up? How's it going? Sent you a link of one of the songs in the Whisper if you want to check it out. Yeah, I'll look at it, man. I got to catch up on some of the ones from yesterday still. So I'll be going through that. Bloodborne, if there isn't an area that makes you take damage? No, not in the mandatory stuff that you have to do to get through it. You don't have to. On the optional stuff, yes, there's one spot. There might be more than one. There's one I know of right now that you'd have to take fall damage. But you could definitely do it any percent. And no, I'm not coming to you from like the perspective of, yes, I've like got a PB of like 1 or 2, but I've proven in every instance where I've taken fall damage that I can also not take fall damage on that spot by going back and doing it again and figuring it out. So it has been figured out in terms of the possibility of it. Some of it's kind of silly of what you have to do to achieve it, and there might be even better things I find in the future, but as far as just testing it a few times, it's been pretty good. I still want to stream it in the state that it's in right now because, well, actually, I guess now it'd be a bit better. I did go over it more since then, but just it's still not necessarily like good where I wouldn't have to work out like I'd still want to test different things and tiny details on certain parts to decide if I want that as a method or not. So making the methods like very tight and all that still has to be done. What about DS2? Do you like it? I like it, yeah, definitely. Don't like it as much as this, but I like it though. Spark, hope you're doing well. I am doing good. Very good, man. We're trying to go to 4 Kings now, but I'm gonna have to sit at the bonfire first, and then I'm gonna have to remember to set up the platform. Every time. Silvercat save you from the fall damage entering Nidor Pinwheel? It probably would, yeah. I'm pretty sure it saves you in any case. I don't know where you get it in this, but I mean, it might be an option you'd want to use. The problem is if you're doing Nido, I think you need the other 2 rings unless you got like another plan up your sleeve, but you definitely don't want to be pulling the skeletons. So for him, I think you'd want to use fall control. Everything else where you could sacrifice 1 ring, you could use it instead. But then you have to think like, you could use fall control on SL1. You can use fall control on any character that has attunement, so there you go. Just a matter of getting to that point without taking the fall damage, and if it's from the sorcerer, then you can definitely walk down to the sorcerer without falling at all. Just have to be a bit careful. Last boss in Demon Souls, I think it's like, it's a lore boss, it's not really a challenge, but it's a cool idea. Definitely don't think it's really supposed to be the final challenge, though. The one before that definitely is. K Baird, what's up? How's it going? So I'm curious right now. I wonder if we're gonna be getting a worse 4 Kings or getting a better one. Because the one from before wasn't too bad, I will admit. I think it was like, what, 3 visits to the door and then right away? Or maybe, oh no, second time back after the 3 visits to the door and the 1 attempt. It was the 2nd attempt getting in there. So, fingers crossed that they give me an earlier chance on this. Wonderful. I shouldn't have, the ghost was in earshot. I shouldn't have mentioned it. Now that you said it, it's going to be 2 hours of purple shit. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have said anything. I should know by now. I should know. I mean, maybe if I was playing by myself, they wouldn't be able to read my mind, but still, it's good to know. Mickey, fall control might be the only option. It's definitely going to be the #1 thing you want for no damage. At least with the ones that have been completed in DS1 by Xenosum, I think he used it. Usually not as hard as optional ones. Final ones? Well, The one in Demon Souls really isn't a boss. It's more of just like a feature. Like a baby could accidentally like throw the controller at the floor and beat it. It's not like there's no like mental stimulation really at all. It's just basically hitting something that can't even really attack you. But the one before that, you definitely have to be good, and it's gonna steal levels from you if you mess up. It grabs you, so pretty crazy. Wex, what's up? How's it going, man? Or something else, I don't know. Cheetah, airplane, robot, guy, girl, monkey. They could have been either of those as well. Possible inanimate object that has sentient intelligence. I don't know. Talking as final in Soul of Cinder or as final like Gale? Well, okay, first of all, for some people, yes, I could agree if we're talking DS3. Could have optional fights that are harder than the end, yes. I'm just thinking of Demon Souls. Demon Souls, like, it's a different case. It's not supposed to be a challenging ending. The ending is technically before that when it comes to the gameplay. Stream Demon Souls, Lesfins? We will be. We will be, man. Just not yet. Soon TM. Soon trademark. I will be doing it. A lot of other stuff we gotta finish first. Optional bosses nowadays are a lot harder than the final ones. Depends what fights. Like, I wouldn't say if we took every optional fight, majority of them are harder than the main game stuff or the end game stuff. I don't think that's the case, but with DS3, there's enough stuff that's challenging where you could say, yes, I think Nameless is harder than Cinder first time or whatever amount of times. Vice versa. It's all up to you, basically. I can't tell you what you think. What are you doing, Neon? So we have to make sure the ghost is at a range where it can't hit us. And to do that, you can dictate, if that's the case, of how it moves before you go in the fly gate. So we need it to move in the good direction. It has two choices of what it can do. One is correct, one is not good, and you're risking it. So as soon as it moves the direction we need it, we go in. Then we have another situation where we have to prevent Four Kings from doing a particular attack, and there's no 100% way to do that. You can just do your best with trying to make it to them as quick as possible, which is usually pretty good. It's not a bad idea to try to just race to their position and try to locate them well and all that. So we do the best we can with that. Hopefully get the fight. If not, if we get this bad attack that we would not want on this, then we got to go back. So basically Souls gambling, like I said before. Except for, there is no guaranteed outcome of failure if I do the things right, you know, and I perform well on the fight, which is not a problem. And this is only applicable to SL1. This would not be the case if I had a leveled character or quitouts allowed, so. It's just an extended version of an already annoying thing. Remember to send the lift up? It's hard for me too. Thank you for mentioning it. I'm just like, the lift. I can't. Fuck. Lift. And then I hit the button and it works. And I'm like, finally. And I go back the next time and I'm already like 10, 20 feet away from the button. I'm like, shit, man. I don't want to go back for that. I gotta just like stay on the button or go behind it. And then roll out of the lift or something. This is how to properly exit a lift in Lordran. Oh, I'm not even on the right side. You gotta go like this. Ever got to the point in the series where you're like, I'm never gonna beat this thing? Yes. Yes, I think everybody's had that. Unless they were somehow spoiling the game for themselves, or they had help. Whether it's like a co-op summon or like someone telling them. I'm pretty sure you had the experience where you went in yourself. It's gonna happen. Also, Xeno, thank you for the host, man. Wee Braid. Wait, what were you even playing? Like, what's the run you're doing now? Because I remember you just got the extended version of this. So what is the plan? Thank you for the good luck also. You guys don't know, Xeno absolute god of DS1. Amazing at the no damage and the no hits. We were talking about no damage earlier, and he's the one that's done a lot of them, so check it out. Routing no damage all content now. Oh, you didn't do that one yet. Okay. See, I assumed I was getting so like so much news of like you doing things. I was under the impression you had done that run. Good luck on it, man. Let me know how it is. Because I'm probably gonna go for no damage all the content right away when I do the no damage instead of doing any percent first, since like I don't know, I did the same thing for no hits originally on this as well, so I think I might just jump to DLC after we do the DLC for this in the future. Is all content different from all bosses? All content is kind of just a way to, I think, not confuse people of the separation of DLC, so it's like including the DLC and all the main game stuff. But yeah, it could be confusing either way, no matter how you say it. It's basically all bosses plus DLC. That's how it works. Because all bosses is still a thing before the DLC comes out. And then some people are like, does this include DLC even though it says all bosses? Is that a thing? Fire Demon in DS2 nearly broke you. Oh, Smelter? He's just kind of silly, man. I don't blame you. I got pretty salty on that. The run back to that fight is like a 1 in 10 chance of actually getting in the fog sometimes. It's like, I guess depending on your build or like your capabilities, it can be really rough to even just get in the fog there. Unless you're killing everything and despawning it. And despawning things is not fun, I must say. Good thing they let you do that. It's kind of a clue to kind of give you the idea that they thought it was ridiculous. They agreed that their decisions were kind of unreasonable, so they're like, okay, this stuff can permanently die, you just gotta kill it like 12 to 15 times. That's it. And he was far away, damn. Definitely didn't have a good direction on that. I think I had too much rotation though, I just didn't correct the positioning properly. Well, I guess given the fact that I had the 2-piece attacks and I did have to rotate a lot, it wouldn't have been easy to get the original position, but still a possibility even if I don't get, or even if I do get a very quick drop on him, it's not going to be perfect necessarily, so. Is what it is. How much does RTSR buff attacks? 50% of this, it takes 50% of your damage that you have for the attack rating and then it adds that on. So if it's 500, it takes 250, making it 750, for example. Also, yes, the lift was not sent back down. I don't care. This is it. They're letting me in. Want to try to outrun the attack deathism because you have to kill them within a certain amount of time or multiples of them pop up. You're trying to avoid having more than one available at once because you can't dodge 2 attacks at the same time necessarily. There's absolutely no skill involved at that point. Or, I mean, there's a certain level of skill involved, but you can't outclass them when there's multiple of them in every situation. If you could, then it'd be fine. I wouldn't even care. If there was some way that made it smart to not have to do this on this run, I would totally not be doing any of this. It's literally just the smartest thing you can do. Otherwise, you're ruining it yourself intentionally. You're making your chances very low on purpose. So, like someone even mentioned, Vegeta made a video which he's like a older DS1 YouTuber, and he made a video talking about how you can like go close to them and it'll go around you, but it's still not guaranteed. It's not consistent. So he's like, don't try this if you don't want to die from it. It's just gonna help a little bit. There's no consistent way to do it other than this. Don't have a choice, man. You think I want to run back to the fight this many times? I'm not even a patient person, so like, to be patient for this is difficult. You know, I even made the jump on it a few times and died because of that, so I've had to learn that I have to. But let's talk about ponies and rainbows and unicorns that might have been ponies before they got turned into unicorns. That makes everything better. If I could outrun the third one, were you on the third one? You can, but there's still the chance that you get hit by the projectiles from the other one that's behind you, right? There's a secondary projectile they do that will still have a giant range and still hit you at that point. So I'm chancing that then, right? And of course it's going to be more likely for him to do that if my range isn't close. He's going to have only so many available attacks. So he sends out that attack. He can't do another one while it's active, but let's say it disappears, then he throws out the projectiles right after, and I still haven't killed the one king. It's a little sketchy then. So it's a very pressure time-based kind of deal where you just got to be quick. Xenos 4 Kings is super consistent without teleporting. For the last one, I've seen it before, but I mean, I don't know, like, let me get the statement from him. Do you still agree there's some risk in that, or are you just like, are you playing with odds slightly on that? Because like the other projectile that's not the same one we quit out for is still possible, is it not? Napping Nick, it's pretty nice, to be honest. Pretty comfortable. Actually, a lot more comfortable than you think, but thank you. How about you? Hey, I would assume it's the same case for you, so I mean, why are you asking? You just want to... You're like that kid that goes to their like grandparents or like, you know, their relative, and they're like, tell me the story again that you told me before. No, I'm just kidding, but what's going on, man? Okay, let's set this up again. Saw streamer dropping items on the fight to better position himself. So the item thing is cool. I've done that. It doesn't work as well as what I'm doing right now for me. To get from where I am in the beginning to the first king with the least amount of space, and then all the way to the last king with the least amount of space, the items don't make a difference for me. Simply just roll on that angle, run. You're always good. He's always going to appear there, and then you just wait, and the second one appears right beside you. So the last one is the only one that you have to be very precise with the pathway to it. And depending on the attacks that you get, it could throw you off that center position of where you ran up to that king. So you're trying to run backwards the way you came towards the, you know, the last or the second king. And if you're going where you came from, you'll always be close to the fourth one, or in this case, the third one, I should say. Broceratop, thank you for the sub gift to Wolfie. Wolfie, enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton. Thank you. I don't know. Basically, the way we do it's the way we do it right now. If you can show me proof and constant evidence of something else working better, where I can somehow let that attack happen at any point in time, and it's fine. Try to. I mean, someone did, and again, even in the video they linked. It says towards the end, this is not consistent. So, like, if it's not, it can't be of value. But yeah, I kind of want to hear Xeno's opinion on the end. The other projectile you can iframe through, though, not about not homeward boning. The idea is that usually the four kings make a 1v1 and you expectates. It happens 90% of the time, so you just exploit that. It's definitely more risky, though. Okay, so... and that's what I was under the impression of. But, yeah, I'm glad that it works most of the time for you. That's good, man. I just don't know if I'll want to fuck around on this more than I need to. Odds, you know, if they can be somewhat controlled, or I guess in this case fully controlled in terms of the outcome. Basically just comes back to, do you play good or do you play bad? Alright, this should be a somewhat decent direction, I think. Okay, apparently not. Still got disoriented from the last one, but hey, look at this. We got it. We got success. Unless he does an AoE and then spaces me and then goes into the back pedal. But let's hope that doesn't happen. Oh, here we go. As I say it, will he do it? Will he do it? Will I be psychic? Will I call it? Never mind, he didn't go into it. It was an attempt, though. It was promising. Alright, it's over. Not too bad. A little bit longer than last time, but I'll take it. Just want to be safe. That's all it is. Like I said, I would rather rely on 100% skill than flipping a coin for anything that has some coin flip element to it. If it's possible. If it's possible to just do it with skill, you know, I would rather that. A lot of the hard parts of this run is the fact that you have to adapt already to the RNG that you can handle, but might be worse than the best case scenario. But then there's things beyond that that are just not manageable, and I want to avoid those if possible. But I also picked doing this run, and this run has elements to it where it's shittier compared to the regular run, so it's like, ugh.
Dude, what a rush. What?
Yeah.
Rush. Watch this. Watch when I get the grenade launcher. Sorry. Look at that. See how fast my pace is? Right in the fucking head. Yay. Got a fucking 112, baby. That's right. You see that clutchness? I am fucking clutch.
V-Sweat, thank you very much, man. And yes, it was a perfect time for the 112. That was terrifying. Flipping coins is fun. It is sometimes, if you feel like being really accurate with your guess and being right. If you're feeling lucky, bro, I don't know, that's all I can say. There's already enough of that in this run that I can't find ways to manage, right? So I would rather, at any point that I can, I'm going to put my foot down and be like, okay, we're doing it this way. It's good. And I think that's why you'll see everyone doing no-hit runs on this doing that, except for the exception of Xenosum only in the case of the last 4 king, or the 3rd king, we should say. But still at the beginning and everything, it's the same, right? You know, it's a preference of doing it the other way at the end, sure. If it works, if it's good 90% of the time, then that is awesome. But I'm so paranoid about that 10% that I'm like, you know what? We might as well try to lock it down officially. Gonna buff? You gonna buff? No buff at all, really? Wow. Oh, you're waiting over there with the buff. I see, you sneaky bastard. Any plans to do the DLC? Yes. In the future, after I've gotten this, I want to do the DLC on this. Oh wait, that was Firelink. We gotta go Londo. Nano, welcome back. How's it going, man? Also, Quake, I didn't say welcome, did I? I might have. If I did, pretend that I didn't, so everything's like less weird. That'd be cool. Why don't we just go with that? Why back in Londo? So we're trying to kill this Firekeeper for her item, and then we can use that to pop the humanities from it, and then we'll offer those humanities, and we're going to have access to a shortcut later. Otherwise, I need to find 5 extra humanities somewhere. How is there a bonfire in the Abyss? How are there people in the Abyss? How am I in the Abyss? Why is there a ring that allows you to walk on the Abyss? Why is the word Abyss spelled with an A-B-Y and not an A-B-I? And why is the sky blue and the ocean reflective? Good questions. Jazba, we gotta run, man. I said this was the or the run before this was the final one, and then an arrow came through a, like, I want to say the ceiling or something. It came through like a really tight space randomly in the very start of that run. So I was like, you know what? Nope. One more. This one went well. Alright, can you turn around and buff? Yeah, I think I'm confusing the game. I think I'm doing something to the AI right there, because she definitely tried the buff, but used the wrong item. That's weird. I might have just pressured, like, the range that she needs to do the buff too much, or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter how many times this takes either. It's the last one. Not gonna complain. You blame Obama. How do you feel about Duke skip for no damage run? Is it necessary? Xenosum? I would say it's not, but only because of the same reasons that we would not allow any other kind of skipping of mandatory stuff. Like, the way I can compare it the closest to anything else is the ceaseless skip. Like, if you skip ceaseless as a boss, it is dictated as a mandatory fight to complete the game. So, same deal as that. Same deal as skipping any mandatory area. So I would say no. But if you did do Duke skip, I would say that you should be allowed to do ceaseless skip. You should be allowed to do move swap, potentially. I don't know. Anything else that's used on a speedrun should be allowed then. And I wouldn't want to do a run with all those things, so I would rather just keep it like black and white, right? Sky's blue because of sunlight dispersing in the air, creating blue color. Mic drop, moon walks away. Nice, there you go. Oh my god. Anor Londo in DS1 looks weird compared to 3. Well, this is the original, so I don't know, maybe you prefer the 1 and 3, but this one's just a lot bigger. And obviously there's more places you can go. Hey, I bet you're gonna do the buff right away this time, aren't you? Or you're just gonna be weird. What the fuck? Here we go. Just hammer Corey. The problem is the same as the issue with the Chandler that ruined the one run. Her attacks are faster than mine, so I can't interrupt her. I could start attacking before she decides to, and she could still outclass the speed of my weapon and the range with the S-Stock, so there's no chance of me even landing a hit on her if she decides to attack. I'd have to hit her when she's not even deciding to swing, or from like the backstab like that. That's why I do it that way. Or she's running with the parry dagger up constantly, and you go for a swing and she doesn't put it down and parries you immediately. It's like auto parry, so do not want that either. Like I said, there's reasons for every single thing the way it goes in this. There's many things you're not seeing, and you're not seeing them because I'm trying to avoid the bad things. A lot of bad things that could happen. We're just looking at the total scope of possibilities in this. You're seeing still a lot of things wrecking me, but like think of how many more would happen if I wasn't handling things the best I possibly could think of or do. Whatever, it's a lot of stuff. But yeah, waiting for the buff on that's the safest. You have, if you failed it, it would just be, you know, you weren't speedy enough or you didn't react fast enough. It's just really a pivot backstab. Parry the parry? Oh, that's a really good idea. I've never thought of that before. Parrying the parry. Ingenious, I must say. Don't think the Duke skip is a glitch like move swapping is this platform, but you guess skipping mandatory areas like archives is still a problem. Yeah, it would typically be called a sequence break. So anything that is a mandatory piece of content where if you, to play the game, it wasn't a choice, you'd have to go through it based off the design. And not based off of any kind of trick that someone finds later on that wasn't intended. That's still mandatory, right? It doesn't change the idea of it being wired by design, so looking at it that way. Like, there's even categories on runs, I believe, that are lower than any percent. It's like a very minimal amount of stuff. Like, Teardrop on DS3 is skipping mandatory stuff in some cases. So that's the difference between the normal any percent route and the teardrop. Normal any percent does not have any breaking of the sequences other than you are You were, I guess, okay, fair and skip is breaking the idea of being able to do the requirements to open the door to get through, so that would be the only element. But no bosses would be skipped or anything like that. This place, KX? Yeah, I know. Good old archives. Getting the dragon to stand up in Painted World, that's a sequence break. But you're in Painted World still. You're not skipping an area that's a different area of the game, right? The jail in this, you can't access any other way. You have to have the event happen to get there. Painted World, you get there and you're there. You would just be not going through a portion of Painted World that way. You're still in the same place, though. Like, the jail is a completely separate part you can't access. Unless that event occurs, so I don't know. That's do you understand what I mean? Like, you have to be brought there by Seath. You can't do it yourself. There's no way to access it yourself. What you're saying is more of a choice that is all up to you, right? There's no event that brings you to the part where you can't go around the dragon or anything, and you're skipping that event. I don't know. There's a lot of what's it called? A lot of things that could be, I guess, you could have different points of view, but the things that are, you know, the way they are, like, there is one thing you have to say. Mandatory is mandatory. Yes, if you don't like it that way, you can hate the run if you want to, but it's always been an agreement upon anybody doing challenges since, like, you know, way back. And if you want to be flashy and do it, sure, but you did skip a mandatory area, so I think you could justify it with whatever reasoning you want because it's your personal choice, but for me, it's just been like that for me and a lot of other people doing challenges for a while. Oh yeah, rip run, by the way, the run's over. It's dead, so. Oh man. Okay, anyways, we gotta get into the focus mode, so. Serious time. If it wasn't already. You'd love to not do it, all the better. See, for me, either way, I feel like you could be very, very consistent on it where it wouldn't be the end of the world, but if... It's not just the fact that it's, like, you'd have to learn it. Like, I've already learned it before, I've done it many times before, but it's more of the... I'd feel like, hey, you know, I'm trying to demonstrate a run of going from point A to point B the way that you could access it yourself without learning anything weird necessarily, you know. Like, without learning any speedrun, like, related stuff, you technically could still do this. Sure, we do use a faster way to kill beta chaos. It's not a glitch. It's not skipping mandatory content at all. You're doing the mandatory content still. You're throwing projectiles instead of hitting it with your weapon or hitting it with arrows or whatever. So, same thing. There's multiple ways to do that, but when it comes to actual, like, skips of segments or areas, that's where it's like, is it excluding a place in total? Or is it just part of that area? A place you cannot access. Why did you do that, Tertiary? I don't know. I just felt like it. No, I'm actually kidding. It's not... I don't know. You're probably joking, too. I actually don't even know who's joking or not now, because some people might not know what that is, but... anyways, Warrior, have a good sleep, man. I will catch you later. And Faraz, thank you for the host as well. How was your stream? What were you doing today? Hope they fix Beta Chaos somehow. Me too, man. Be pretty cool. Alright, I'm over here. I'm over here. Come on. I wonder if that sound cue actually works. Like if there's a height requirement or proximity in terms of height, not distance, like back and forth or whatever. Does what I wants. Does what I wants. I do's what I wants. I do's what I wants is. Oh man. Like I said, you can have any opinion you want. I'm not going to try to change it, but that's the way I look at it. That's how it is. I had a command to explain all of this before, but it got deleted, so I got to make it again. And I think it's becoming more common knowledge to anyone that's confused anyways, because there's a lot of other cases where people are doing runs, and it's the same deal. It's not going to change how the game was made. Don't know, to be honest, what's the purpose of that no joke, or was that a joke? No, there's the... Wait, what? Jokeception? You'd love to see DS1 speedruns without move swap. You know what? I have never seen one without it myself. Also, we just got a stored roll right there. That was really weird. I don't even remember pressing the... maybe I pressed it twice when I landed. I don't know. Did I fall off the ladder, or did I go down it? This Cobra's flexing on us. We gotta be over here. We need to make it kind of like turn. Ever so slightly. It's backing off. There we go. What is move swap? Move swap allows you to put the moveset of a weapon on another weapon. So you could take a weapon that's like really, really slow and like powerful, and you can make it quicker. And that's how the speedrun's done on this. I don't know if it's on every route, but I haven't seen a run without it before. I would like to. So definitely can agree with that. SL1 no hit been completed, Vizridge. Yeah, if you want to give Xenos a follow, he's in chat right now. He is the only person that's done all the content with SL1 and the original mandatory stuff as well. And I think he got the all boss one like 2 days ago. So give him a congrats if you see him. Pablo, what's up? How are you? Well, you're excited for the remaster, assuming they patch it. Yeah, man, that's actually a good point. It might change the meta of speedruns. If speedruns change enough because of those things, like all of the skips and glitches are patched or whatever for speedrun stuff, I would probably be more interested myself. Because I'm definitely down for a category that has less shenanigans, but only because the ones in this are just like, they're very prevalent. There's a lot of shenanigans. How do you move swap? Is it a glitch? I don't know how to. I've never done it, but there's some sort of way you... I know it involves rolling and doing some sort of inputs in the menu while the roll is happening before the recovery happens. So when you get out of the roll, the weapons movesets are changed. I don't know if you have to be on current patch, like previous. Again, I've never actually done a speedrun on this, so can't say I've used move swap, but Colpster might know if he's here, or if you see him on his stream. He's speedran DS1. I've seen him try to do it, but I can't like make out what exactly is happening in the menu. It's more of just, I know there's a roll involved, which would kind of mean that it's similar to tumble buffing on this. And tumble buffing I have done, like I think on console, like a long time ago. But yeah. PS3 move swap, Windblade, moveset on Fugs. Oh, dude, I would honestly want to see that just because of how the animation would look. Like, just throw this giant sword over your head. Or two of them at the same time. You like double them up. Oh boy. Okay, let's focus going on this. Chandler, no memes, please.
withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Fire, thank you for gifting Poultry Geist a sub, man. Poultry, enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton. And welcome. Ooh, his arrow just went in a weird spot right there. Like, it would have had the same timing of getting me on the lever, but it just didn't even, like, track properly or something. I don't know. Server Knight thinks, why is Naked Undead running around the castle? Have you seen the Matthew Chessman cartoon where they're playing Jenga? That's like the best thing ever. Like the Anor Londo Jenga tournament. Okay, this part. Fuck. Let's be quick over here. I think that might give me a little bit more leverage if I just get, if I get the roll recovery on the stairs as it's dropping down, and then it's still not finally reached the bottom yet, because I think he starts realizing you're there once you're above, so you don't have as much time as you think. If you're unlucky, that is. I don't even know if it's not even going to be the case that he even chases you all the time. But still. Brett, what's up? Legalize, welcome back. He's making new animations? I'm making up new animations, is that what you're saying? Or Chandler's making up animations? He did give me a pretty nice animation there. Definitely. Okay, we're gonna take the left side. Perfect. Potato chip, not too much, not too much. The getting of goodness is being embraced at the moment. And I gotta remember on this part, we set up the RTSR first. Need that. I think what he's trying to do there was buff the other enemies, actually. I think that's... Or no, that's the dance that he does, so... Yeah, I'm not even really sure what that animation was. It was something. It might have been like the spin attack, but he might have to charge it up first. He's making new videos? Yeah. Oh, okay, sorry, you're saying Chessman's making new animations. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I know of that. I thought you meant I was making... The Chandler in the run was making new animations. Sorry, man. Silver Knight with the bow would shoot the Jenga tower if he lost, like the sore losers they are. Maybe. Maybe you do that. That nice range on this. These things are actually really fast. I just realized that. They're way speedier than it would seem. Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. I see what the plan is. I see what the dealio is, bro. Just chill. Just chill for a minute. Go for a minute. You're so fast. Yo, tap dancing. Tap dancer, calm down. Which way are you going? You know what you're doing, huh? Oh, you can go over that. I see. Okay, you got tricks. You got tricks. We're just gonna outrange. That's it. Just gonna do it this way. As you turn, boom, get you. Dead. Jesus, man. Oh. Are there pearls inside of these? They drop the purging stones, but yeah, there's actually skulls inside of them. They actually look really nice. They have like a fairly decent texture for something that you won't even really see unless they're dead, so that's cool. More like skulls. See, I probably knew that at one point, but I couldn't recall. Like when you asked, I had to check there. But it is pretty cool. Why do you kill those things? They make it into the fight if you don't kill them. Okay, that was not much space right there on the last one, but I went for it. I knew it would work, I just was like, okay, I'm not gonna have to roll out after anyways, we're fine. Okay, let's get out of here. Dave's 900 damage with cheat engine, yeah. Okay, well you can look at my damage right now. I have 751 AR. And this weapon has wait, let's see what the total is. 300 lightning damage. Seath is extremely weak to lightning damage. And I'm doing the strongest attack on the weapon, which translates against his defenses, so you can just do the calculation there. There you go, man. But welcome back. Dave's is here. Dave's a legend. He likes to call people cheaters, and I love it. Okay, let's go. Seath, you are down. Okay, back to the rings and all that. So, backstab on that Basilisk in Sense Fortress, or get a jump attack on him if I can. At least wait until he swings twice, if he does the swipes. When you died, you thought it was teleporting? You were like, Only a little so it doesn't look like it, Dibs. That's the secret. You just gotta, like, you gotta splash it in there. You gotta pull the Mega Man strats. That's it. Oh, man. The crystals synchronize with the soundtrack. Yeah, that soundtrack on that fight is pretty good. I like the piano on it. Reminds me of kind of like some sort of horror movie. Definitely has the horror vibe. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to jump, that was scary. Ouch. Not good. Run. I think there's like a guaranteed set of pendulums where you have to YOLO them slightly. Like, so on that last one, I kind of had to do that, or I would have a chance of them catching up. Shit, alright. Let's see what we got. We got the guy chasing, but he doesn't want to commit. It's really nice. I will take that. Fuck out of here. Oh shit, man, this Cobra's been giving me more problems than ever. Like two times she's blocked me with the startup of the flamberge attack, and then right there, like, did like an attack and turned towards the direction I was heading. It was pretty weird. I think that's not faster. Cheats all the time, just a little bit, so you think it's the norm. Yeah. Yo, the boulder was right underneath. That was fucking crazy timing. I must have been fast. Holy shit, dude. I've never landed down there and seen the boulder still. Usually it's already, it's going a different direction, so. Oh, maybe because I took more time in the beginning. Maybe it wasn't that I was quicker. I took more time. That makes sense. Oh, God. He's doing the DJ footwork right there. Nice. Pre-recorded run? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. I said everything was pre-recorded. Okay, so now we actually go to the catacombs, I think. Got the ring. Someone sent you on a link to the video to watch Cheat Engine. All runs use it. Yep, definitely, man. You caught us, Daves. What's the plan now? I've wondered for a while. What is the plan now? Well done. What's up? Thank you for the Russian.
Sorry, fool. You could not.
Is this gonna be on YouTube if you get it? If so, pretend that you're funny and laugh saying your name. Huh. Ugly 9000 underscore as well.
About time I got a lucky break in this fucking game.
There you go, man.
Motherfuckers. And I clutched the goddamn grenade launcher.
Like how I have exactly 8 fire bombs left again. But yeah, it will be if it goes down as a success, definitely. B-Sweat, thank you. What advantages does that move give instead of rolling? Oh, the ring? It gives distance and 2 iframes. And at the cost of greater stamina consumption, but that's not the biggest deal ever. Oh, we got super roly-poly guy. How roly-poly will roly-poly be when a roly-poly roly-poly's rollies? Okay, do the jump and the recover attack. And I go in and I get the fucking lock on. Boom, smash him right in the skull. Sit down at the bonfire. Miyazaki, no thank you. This is not the end, for I sit down after that, respawning his location, and then I pivot and I swivel into the lever, pushing it in every so slightly, just enough to make force, connecting it with the pillar, opening the door, and I switch to the bow very slickly, slinking around the corner like a snake in between all the rock zigzags. And then we go out here, we switch to the fire bombs. I go position myself on the rock. We get this set up right here. The Necromancer doesn't leave, and I throw the first fire bomb, and it hits. It's a success all the time because it works. And I throw another one. And it doesn't hit the roof, it hits him again because the splash damage. And the last one, you bet your ass, it did hit him. It already happened in the future. Boom, he's dead. And then we go over here, and everything resumes. Perfect. I was actually happy that that worked, because I could have missed the guy a little bit, so... Now we have enough fire bombs for Beta Chaos. Nice little touch. Commentary on point, refragment, what's up? And he's dunking himself. We gotta switch back to Hornet for a moment, 30 FPS. Okay. We're just gonna do the jump the same way we did before. Kinda just get to the side, roll, and we're in there. But yeah, the bonus is now we have enough to kill these things while they're spinning still if I want to. Want to see that move in DS3 engine? It would most likely look silly. Which one are we talking about? Also, I gotta give a shout out to the first Necromancer that idled for a suspiciously long amount of time. He could have put us in a situation that was very difficult, where if he decided to attack point blank after I already started swinging, then it could have traded with me. So, because he was stalling for an odd amount of time, I didn't have a choice, because the skeleton would have caught up either way, and I wouldn't be able to look at both at the same time, and the projectile being included. Still somehow survives, so that's really cool that he actually didn't attack, but... It's not good when he stalls. You want it to be instant most of the time. Skellies never drop on you from above this way. I killed them, Xeno. They're all dead. Which way do you do it? If you kill the Necromancer, they don't... He's the one that respawns them, right? So, if you kill them, they will... I mean, you could kill them without killing him and then be fast, but they won't come back if that guy is dead. Bone wheel distraction strat work with non-halberds? I don't actually know. I haven't seen him do this part of the game for a while, man. So, no idea. I just killed him with the fire bombs, because why not? I mean, you should have fire bombs on any run regardless. So, I like it that way. It's very simple. The splash damage kills them, and if the one's gonna want to walk away, that's fine. I'll take that. got so serial. Oh man. Old Koi, what's up? How's it going, man? 29 on Twitch. You know, there's like a lot of streamers, especially successful ones that are like 10 years older than you, man. So I wouldn't feel bad about that. I don't think there's no age limit to Twitch, man. It's like saying that you watching a program of any sort there's a restriction for if you should be able to watch programming in general. It's kind of silly because there's all different types of content, you know. There's stuff that can appeal to anybody. I mean, a lot of it is games, but there's even stuff that's not games, so you could technically find something. Okay, let's just make sure we don't step into here. One of the dudes got dunked, and I'm just gonna wait in case the second one falls. So the second one might not even drop this time. We're just gonna go with it. It would be really weird for him to drop late, so I highly doubt it's gonna happen. Why can't you pre-order Remastered from Steam yet? I have no idea, man. It's available for order on disc for consoles if you buy it online, but Steam will probably have the pre-order available in a bit. Might just take some time. Okay. Certain content, yeah, but that's not gonna really happen on here though, so you'd be banned if that was the case. Can't wait to get this so to see what Dave says. Hey, you know what? You never know, man. We have an opportunity, you never know. Dave's is gonna say whatever Dave says. I like Dave's. I personally like Dave's, and I think there's this element of like, you know, it kind of changes things up a bit. It gives some drama. Like I said, there's a fine layer of drama, and some people that want to get baited into it like intensively and not understand that he's just trolling people. Like it's kind of a cool thing because we have a really positive community. You guys are amazing, and even new people coming in a lot of the time are amazing too, and it just works well. So having that slight resistance is kind of funny, since it's just not a common thing for it to exist like that. When is the remaster insane? It's 25th of May. Yeah, Murph, definitely 18 plus, totally. Cosmo, yeah, this is the last run, man. Closing in on the end. We just gotta get Nito. Beta Chaos Split is probably the lengthiest part of the run that's left, just offering the stuff. You've been 18 since you were 12. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if this torch guy follows me. Oh wait, we're in 60. We gotta go in 30. Are we gonna call the series Shadow Soulborn? I don't know. It's a good question, man. That's actually a serious question. I don't know. It probably would get to the point where people would think of that and someone would say it. I hope this is actually in the nest enough. If they don't give me the drop because it's a little bit out of the nest, I will complain. I will stomp my feet and complain for 10 minutes and I'll stop. Do it again, but still, like... Fuck, man. Neffy, have a good sleep. Dude, that video earlier was so funny, man. Thank you for sending that. Take care, dude. Tell your friends Uncle I said hi again, by the way. Don't think Shadows Die Twice is the name of the game anyways. Tagline in your opinion? That's what I'm guessing as well. They usually don't have teasers of any of their stuff with the name of the game beforehand. I know it's not that common. Unless it's like an E3 release or a reveal. If it's a teaser like somewhere before that, they don't typically do that stuff. Best part was the end of the vid. Yeah, the very end, man. I just find it funny that he was listening to that song with his friend's uncle there, and what that guy thought, because he's obviously not like young. So I was wondering, like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was funny. It's whatever. It could be a meme. You know if there's a new game coming out after DS Remastered, Joey's uncle? Yeah, they're working on 3 projects at the moment. one of which I believe is not DS remastered, so I can't really say much about what the other two are, but I know most certainly they're accommodating Souls fans with one, so if it's not Souls related directly, people that like this kind of stuff will most likely dig it. That's been a statement from Miyazaki, like their plan is to improve upon this franchise. Like it's not their end goal for content, they want to do better, so. Anyways, getting out of here again. That's coming from statements made in an interview from a while ago. Actually, before, I think it was earlier last year or maybe 2016 at the end. So it's not even like recent because they've just been working on all the stuff. If they change their minds somehow, I doubt they would be dishonest about some of the stuff that Miyazaki said, but it doesn't matter what it is. They do good jobs. They do good jobs. Each and every individual. Peter Smith, Joe Adams, not Tanamura, Miyazaki himself, you know. Tanamura doesn't count. No, I'm just kidding. He did a pretty good job too. I can't really hate on that. And before Tanamura watches this somehow. It's like, what the fuck? Harley, what's up? Welcome back. Alright, let's go.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Dibs gifting the fellow Dibs. Okay, wait 1 second. Could have been a stored roll right there. I was actually really scared because I tapped the roll to recover, but it didn't do it, and sometimes it does it after. That would have been really bad. 1 second. Dibs, welcome back, dude. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy being a skeleton once again. Dibs number 1, thank you. Gifting subs to herself, I know. You just obviously made that other account. It's all just a sneaky plan to make us think that that's another individual when it's you. They can make any game great with controls and combat. That's true. Has anybody here seen the stuff that people have done in Unreal Engine 4 or whatever it's called? Like that engine and Souls related stuff looks like it goes together pretty well. Or the formula that FromSoft uses for their stuff. And that experience. Definitely is a really interesting engine. I feel like it would be hard to make games that are running well and, you know, there'd be other factors to it, but I think Souls and Unreal Engine would be sick. Peach emote and actual character creation, you've always wondered. Yeah, there's actually a clip of the actual character in one of the BRBs, and then the run that I did the no damage with, the original no damage is done with it. So I had to keep it, man. We can't get rid of that emote. It's historic for me. I don't care if you say it's not important. Well, okay, we got to do the jump at the beginning and then rotate the camera. Try to get the roll if we can. Ooh. Okay. No, you're not. No, turn around. I'll see you over here in a moment. Oop, okay. That was good. Very challenging intro on that, though. That was like the worst scenario. Damn, man. Boss seems pretty easy, Pee-wee. Once you actually start trying to fight him, and when he reaches you, he's not the hardest boss. Definitely not. Definitely can't get much damage on him, though, because he's resistant to lightning and RTSR can't be used. But it's, the thing that's the roughest things on this is basically the intro, if you don't get the roll recovery, and then having to do that thing where you just, like, somehow get him in the bottom line of the camera and then react the last second, which Zeno actually told me about the camera angle on that, so shout out to him. And then, also, if you put yourself in a situation where you don't foresee how much space you have to run in any direction, and you get trapped by even just like 1 foot too short, you can get hit by the AoE just by not pre-planning, where you're trying to position him and get him to do his attacks. Like, I was trying to rush to him every time I went down this direction on this side, because if he advances any deeper into that walkway, as soon as he does that attack again, I have like less and less of a chance of where I can go from any spot, because he's more into here. So if he starts that off, I'm not close enough to him. I'm gonna have to run past him the opposite way, and then there's gonna be time wasted running past him, and I could die easily. So you really just gotta get in good positions and all that. Most of the Lord fights on this game are definitely not the worst. They're just there's so many other things to the areas and little tiny annoying things, you know. Definitely not comparable to the bosses from DS3. Still, Beta Chaos split. Let's go. No club beams this time. Redemption. At least redemption on this split. That's the very least I ask, please. And we actually have the favor and protection on this run, which is nice. So split to that. All right. Whew. Take this stuff off. Only Bowl of Cinder? Bed of Chaos you're gonna call Bowl of Cinder. Why can't you use RTSR? You need both those rings to obscure the skeleton's range of how they can track you. Because if you allow them to join the fight, there is no way based off of pure skill that you can win. It's like probably a 20% chance of survival, even with the strat that Hob used to use. That's why everyone switched to this, because I proposed it was a better idea. Because 3 of them in one fight, with them having the ability to roll until you're out of stamina and attacking with every single roll they do at the same time, it's like all they have to do is just choose to do that once, and there's 3 of them, and there's Nito. And then, like, it's about how can you see Nito while there's 3 of them at the same time. So yeah, in full effect, that fight can be pretty scary, but if you have the right method, it's not nearly as bad as the Skellies. That's just a straight gamble if you do that. Not even worth trying. Like, you can't just get so good that you somehow deal with all that stuff at once. That's unfortunate. I mean, I wish this game had tools so you could, like, crowd control better, but there's no guaranteed safe way to deal with many, many enemies at once. It's a lot about trying to get one-on-ones as much as possible. And if not, like ONS is one example where you don't have the choice. You really have to manipulate everything you possibly can, and it's just straight up geometry and fucking, like foretelling the future almost, like really being insightful as to what could happen in any case scenario before it happens. It's a lot of that. Okay, let's get over here. I think I have all the humanities at this point. And then one thing was a problem with stored rolls over here, so I'm gonna cancel that quick. Luality, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What is going on? Brick over cobblestone. Everyone coming for Loudy stream, welcome. Thank you for the raid hype. I'm trying to stay focused right now, so I'm gonna skip on naming every single person scrolling through chat just until we get to a part where we can read it. I can catch up with everything once we get to this next part, or anything that's gonna happen after. But how was your stream? Uncle, no, not at all. It's the second, but I feel like this run has beaten me down so much now, especially because we were never consistent enough on it that I need to complete it. I'm gonna enjoy it a lot. Probably been the biggest struggle out of anything recently I can think of, and it's not even because of things that are like, oh, I need to learn this better. It's just like unfortunate, inevitable situations that are indicative of the task at hand with the SL1, you know. So, dude, for Xeno, if you understand how the probability is with certain things and how Xeno did the all boss, like, you got to give him so much respect for that. Like, this is impressive, but that's like, dude, I can't wait to see what happens on that. That's why I was hoping Remaster would fix some of these things, and then it wouldn't be the biggest deal because it would be more skill-based then. You wouldn't have to worry as much about, like, input drops and, you know, canceled attacks, glitchy attacks, stored animations, any of that. Stream was amazing. How are you? I am doing good. I'm glad your stream was good as well. What were you playing today? Did you finish the dance mat run? If you guys don't follow Luality and you're already here, she recently did a Dance Dance Revolution dance mat run. And I only had Midir left out of everything in the game. I saw most of the stuff after, I think, Pontiff, and then I saw a bit of Gale. And it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. You gotta give her a follow if you don't. Don't kill. I'm not gonna kill this NPC, don't worry. Although I should actually switch off one weapon right now. Let me think, do I even need the hammer for the rest of the game at this point? I only need it on Gwyn, so I guess we don't even have a use to hold it. And I can always switch it back after this part anyways if I feel like I could get blocked by something and have to hit it. But yeah, the way this goes, it's like story time basically. If you have any like stories you want to tell or questions that are important, best time to do all that. Definitely. And for some reason, I'm able to scroll chat while also doing these humanities because this game allows me to do that. It's amazing. Control, what's up? Chief Ching, first time you fought ONS, you died 1,000,000 times. Didn't play in ages. Then you watched me and others play it. And yesterday, you beat them the first try. Oh, that's amazing, dude. That is really awesome. Do you find you got, like, some advantage from the strats, or was it just the confidence of going back to it? Because, like, unless people are telling me things are helping them, I don't know how obvious it is that some things would help them, because there's so many things that I could say that wouldn't make any sense if you're not looking at it the same way. So it's like, my advice is only good enough in probably the most basic form, or only the more, like, general aspects. Maybe not specific things on that fight. That fight has a lot of shit going on. Okay, don't reinforce the Estus Flask. Enter the Covenant. And then we're just going to offer the humanity. Thank you for making... Okay, they did screw up the whole you can't offer multiple humanity sort of thing, but they put the offer humanity first on the menu so you can spam. That's nice. Appreciate that. We still had one to spare. Not bad. Why do you pop them rather than just killing her? I need to actually open a shortcut. The only way to do it is to offer 30 humanity. So that's like the true any percent. Beat ONS first try thanks to watching you way too many no-hit runs. That's awesome, man. Norm as well. Yeah, I'd imagine in a casual sense, like if you don't have to worry about getting hit too many times or dying or anything like that, seeing like the no-hit fight could definitely improve a casual fight on them a lot. Just basic ideas, but I think the problem is the it's like the perception, not the like necessarily your skill on the fight. It's like how you see it versus someone else. There's so many people that can do it well, but like I don't think anyone sees it the same way, which is weird. But like again, there's many ways you can look at things. You can handle things possibly in more than one way that both work, but I guess it depends on what you think is safer or how crazy you want to get. Never played the original DS. Gotta do it, Reeves, when it comes back out, man. This is not a paid sponsorship. You should get DS Remastered on every platform on release. Also, pre-order the Solaire Amiibo for an extra $29.99. Thank you. What's that? Yeah? Okay. Sorry, Miyazaki was telling me to calm down on the sponsorship stuff because he doesn't want it to be too obvious. But he told me that he'll grant me the run if I shout him out. So that's a shout out for Miyazaki right there. Don't like 3DS, cramps your hands. Yeah, the ergonomics with those they're really like boxy, right? They don't have like nice grip on them or anything. Aren't there after I want to say aftermarket? Aren't there accessories that improve that though? Like you can buy grips. Don't like 3DS. You need that Sunbromiibo. Sunbromiibo. Oh man. Looking forward to the remastered Murphy. Oh yeah, the DLC as well remastered. That's gonna be pretty cool. I wonder what could be fixed in that or changed. I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything that could look better. Because DSFX definitely can't. I don't think it can do as much as they'd have the potential to do on the high end of things, but it depends on how much they want to go overboard, I guess. Like, I wonder if there's any, they have any interest or they've done anything with remodeling the actual characters themselves, like character models and like the polygons and all that. Is the highlight of today's stream, Yama, this run right here, or something else? New Ash Lake area would be badass. Dude, I hope they make the music in it even better or something, or just change all the music. That'd be sick. Been waiting to go back there for a long time just to hear the soundtrack. I would even do it on this run if it allowed you to after you complete NG, but it doesn't. Milty, thank you, man. See, you didn't end the run at Seath. Figured out the pendant technique. What is the pendant technique? Explain this to me. So we got our stuff. Let's go.
FST 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 FST.
Just gonna light this bonfire in case we have to homeward bone for some reason, but I've only had to do that for the Capra Demon chasing because I didn't have enough health when I fell down, so I just gotta heal first. Oh yeah, we need to kill Ceaseless too. Let's do that really quick, and then I'll worry about that. V-Sweat, thank you, man. Ash Lake music or Yahar Ghul music? I didn't even really notice there was a soundtrack in that place. Is it really faint or something? I don't even really know what that sounds like. Definitely Ash Lake, man. Ash Lake's amazing. Didn't kill the spider, Neon? Well, I did earlier, you just missed it, so we can pretend since it's out of sight, it's out of mind for you. Didn't have to worry about it. Yoda, what's up? How's it going? Befo FT, FST, FST. Brighter lava in Izalith, please. Oh yeah, they could always just pull one of those. Hey, let's put brighter lava in the game. Nice, that's a good idea, man. Good call on whoever thought that was cool. I think the contrast needs to be boosted too, so the blacks are sharper. The lights are more vivid. Oh, the NPC, yeah, no worries, man. I would kill her if I had to, though, I'll tell you that. Sorry, man. I know that Xeno has this whole thing where he, I don't even know if it's I think it was on any percent, maybe. I don't know. You did, like, some run where you didn't kill Priscilla. You like visited Painted World, but then didn't kill Priscilla. I can't do that. I gotta kill everything, man. As long as it's possible to benefit the run. Just gotta go savage on it. Alright, Dave's insert comment. Oh, his fists have modded damage. That's why it's hitting 2 per punch. And then the Ceaseless is falling after. And his fists had modded damage. Wow. How did you do that, streamer? You're a cheater. I'm waiting for it, Daves. Come on, tell me. Hit him with the 1-2. See, Daves is going to be like basically like famous. He's gonna become infamous for his shit. I feel like that might be a goal, but either way, I feel like it's inevitable. Daves is gonna rise up and be like a known figure in the public. Reported. Fisted to death. He just dies, RDW. So the idea is if you grab the armor set at the beginning, or you're just generally in that area, let's say it's the second time you go back, you have to be in that area and at that part. And then when you run away from him, if you don't get hit by any attacks in the process and you have good speed, if you outrun him properly, he will try to jump for you. Because when he makes it to the corner, he just decides to go for one big attack and then he grabs on the ledge. And then you loosen his grip and he falls, he dies. It's like an Easter egg kind of thing that they put in the game. So it wasn't the punches, that's usually the confusion. It was the fact that he grabs on and he falls. You want to see more information on that? I mean, you could like just Google the wiki or whatever. We'll look up the video of the outside perspective of it, but if there's any controversy around that, you can check up on that. Prey doesn't blast you with fire. If you have good speed, he shouldn't be able to hit you at all. But yeah, I think it's like just one of those things where it rewards the cowardly player in the odd chance that, you know, the game will actually do something forgiving. It's like a joke that if you're scared and run away, you get rewarded in that. And I wish I had done that on the first playthrough, but I obviously didn't. Most people probably didn't. I was too busy waiting there, figuring out how the hell I was going to hit him because I couldn't reach him right. Potato chip, that'd be pretty weird, man. Do they allow you to do that? I guess like nowadays it might be different. I don't know. That's a common term that you can say to your friends, like mom and dad. That's like just a meme now, but I feel like a teacher would take offense to that personally. Do I enjoy PvP in Souls? Yes, I do. I don't play PvP at the moment. I played all the PvP that I could enjoy in the original DS1 when it came out. Wasn't a huge fan of Demon Souls PvP because I don't know, I guess it was hard to get someone with a good connection, and by the time I became okay enough to understand like the basics, it was already time for DS1. And then 2 I played a lot. I built the stream off of it originally. Bloodborne I played PvP for a month, and then it just became kind of annoying because they didn't really do much in the beginning to fix the issues with loading screens and connectivity, so you'd waste a lot of time trying to connect to somebody. And once that was fixed, it wasn't really populated that much anymore. But all the PvP was fun. I just can't really say Demon Souls was that exciting, and DS3 wasn't like terrible. I wouldn't say it was bad PvP. It just wasn't my preference. It was like a worse version of DS1 PvP, but I'd already experienced DS1 PvP. So, not really excited by that. Okay, Titan Demon, I need you to do that again, just like a few feet forward. And maybe not so centered. I was hoping that the blast would actually break the thing there. Might have to make him jump again. Tricky. I like, he's testing the waters. He's testing the Miyazaki. Power of the Miyazaki on me. Funny thing is, like, I've done that smoothly and pulled him to the back, or not the fully the back, but I pulled him to like right before that point. I've never had it escalate to the point where I'd have to go all the way to the back of the bridge, but I think Xeno used to like just say he does it right off the bat. He just brings him to the back. I feel like you'd have to break, definitely have to break that route earlier, so that was a little bit of a mistake, but it's all good. Also, yo, look at the steps here. That's another reason to understand of like the fact I'm using the performance textures. The steps look silly. Absolutely silly. All right, favor and protection. Taking that off. Getting out of there. Oh, actually, wait. Also on top of that, Darkwood Grain. Neon side, have a good sleep if you're taking off, man. Okay, I'm just gonna think of things where I waste time on this. On the last shot, after the toss is confirmed, I kind of want to test this by throwing a firebomb randomly, but if I can, I gotta take away the bow immediately, which would put me back into being able to one hand and then block so I can run and then roll. Be the best. I don't have to overcomplicate it. Even if it doesn't work out that way, it usually is fine, but that could help a little bit with the time frame. Just a tiny bit. Okay, so that's 6. Okay, we definitely took a longer time than I wanted there. I did the whole thing where you hold the direction a little bit too late and then the cutscene buffer moves your controls for you, so I fucked that up a bit. Didn't let go in time. Alright, let's go. Now, I can't promise how this is gonna go. I can try my best, that's it. I feel very focused, but again, if this isn't the run, guys, I'm sorry. We're gonna get it regardless, it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna try my best, that's all I can say.
No pressure, streamer squill waifu.
My best might not be great enough, always, but It's this time that counts, so we'll see. No pressure, streamer V-Sweat? Oh yeah, no pressure at all. Never. Got this, Pee-wee? Yeah, this part's a little complicated. We're gonna have to land a lot of parries, but just gotta keep it in the mindset of when we were practicing, the whole idea that if he idles for even just a little bit of time, don't rush, just wait a second and then start moving forward. Make sure I'm aware of the surroundings so I can get a good space. And not hit a wall or something and end up short of the distance I need, stuff like that. Very simple, just outside of time and all this stuff. Devrog, don't even say that, dude. Don't even.
Don't worry, it's just that if you don't get this, we'll all unsub NBD Kappa.
Perfect, thank you, Bro Cerata. It's exactly what I wanted to hear. That makes my day. Pay attention to the knights. Oh yeah, definitely. I will pay attention to them. This one doesn't get pulled yet, so we're good. Tertiary, oh no parries. Parry, yeah, we gotta parry a lot. A lot of parries. A lot of parries. A lot of practice that's been put into them, enough to get it, but one thing that's for certain is Gwyn is always scary. Even if you only have to do a couple, like, it's always frightening, so. Whew. Oh my god, dude, finally. Shit. My god, dude. Oh, my heart rate is actually fucking crazy right now. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, man. Holy shit. The jump too. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh, I'm actually so happy right now. I can't describe.
Esma boy.
After some of the shit that we've had to deal with on this, man, there is something to say about going through some of that shit, man. Was just fucking.
GG streamer, you did a good.
Oh, so much more rewarding. So much more rewarding. I must say, there's been runs that have definitely been seemingly as hard, or whatever you want to say harder, but dude, some of the fucking shenanigans. Even today, we got to fucking archives earlier today, too.
So the world might be made.
Okay. Shit. I'm sorry. I'm so happy right now. I'm so fucking happy, dude. You have no idea how hard it was to just mentally prepare for that last part. Like, the uncertainty was there. It didn't matter how much I practiced that. It just felt like it wasn't good enough given the results sometimes. Fuck, man. Yeah, like, yeah, I got my adrenaline for the day at least.
GG.
Wolfmeister, thank you for the brand new sub, man. Welcome. You have discovered the secret circle of the Schooluminati. Oh, dude. Okay.
Damn it, streamer, dude. Now I have to keep giving him my money.
It's like I just got, like, punched by somebody really hard. But not, like, the pain or anything, just, like, winded. Oh,
Kick.
dude. Okay, we're gonna take the dark ending because, obviously, that's the way that true OGs do their stuff. I'm gonna slow walk out of it, too. And hopefully you guys are really satisfied with seeing that. It was a hard run to get. It was a hard run to get.
Definitely more exciting than YouTube.
And anyone, yeah, exactly. And anyone who's here live for, you saw it. There you go. Jesus, man. Reverend, thank you, man. You are now a skeleton, Reverend Trell. Enjoy your emotes as well. Jesus, man. I didn't think it was actually going to be that scary at the end this time. I think it's because I played this run more serious, like, earlier on than later. Like I said, once we got in that serious mode, it was it. I analyzed like the shit a lot. I was like speaking a lot about everything we were doing. I usually don't do that as much, but I think that built up the anxiety for it a little bit. I don't know. I actually do feel a little bit like oof, like that was stressful. Man. Cheat engine. Yeah, this is where Dave's comes in and gives his statement as well. Whew. I must say, cheating could never feel this good, so.
Pink butthole in celebration cake.
Jesus,
Pink
man.
Butthole in celebration cake.
Surprised that you're not kindled? Oh, you mean human? The reason that I don't go human in this anymore is because it saves a bit of time. You don't have to fight Kirk. It does look way better, but you don't have to fight Kirk when he invades. I'm really curious to see how long that was. I know we took a little bit extra time on 14.
Krilla. So awesome. The best.
Dude, my hands are so sweaty right now too. Like I had to wipe my my sweat off while I was doing the parries and shit. And it wasn't even earlier in the run. It was just like towards that last little stretch, man. Like since Bed of Chaos. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm honestly just so excited right now. Like I didn't think it was gonna happen today. Oh man, it feels like Christmas. And keep in mind, this is the second no-hit run I've ever done on the game, and this is the first time we've completed one without quitouts too. So it's a big deal. Not because of it's like it's the coolest run you can do, but for me, like in terms of my achievements on DS1, it's nice that we got it without quitouts and everything. Okay, let me check the alerts quickly because shit happened. 1 second. I'm gonna turn down the volume of the credits really slightly because they're gonna be a little overpowering, so we're gonna turn that down a bit. I want to raid with them on, so we're not leaving it.
Yay, got a fucking 112, baby. That's right. You see that clutchness?
Okay.
I am fucking clutch.
Holy shit. Doctor, wait, is there more before that? Okay, no. Doctor V-Swed, Broceratop, Pookie, Yano, Doctor a second time, RDGL, Devrog again, Jay and V-Sweat another time. Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot, guys. You are amazing. Thank you for sticking through such hard times today. Like, actually, in general, just a lot of the shit in this run, it was very hard to reset on. Like, you even saw there was the stream I got really... the first time I've gotten actually mad in a while. Like, mad to the point where I could say it was like a height of anger was from this run, so I think that's maybe another reason why it feels really good. I don't know, sometimes you don't expect the satisfaction to be like it is. I don't know. Definitely not comparable to a run we've gotten in like a week or something like that. Alright, we are going to go and host somebody. If you guys enjoyed that and you want to see more of this kind of stuff, we're actually going back to the speedrun on DS3 tomorrow. If I can get the skip, the last skip we got to learn, the partake skip in order. I might just stream some practice of it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If not, we'll figure out another run. I might do Bloodborne. I might even do a vote. So follow the Twitter if you want to participate in that and see when I go live. And here's the YouTube if you want to catch this run or any other one that we've done. And I will allow you guys really quickly to say hi to YouTube if you want to, because we don't do that enough. And no one from there that, before they've come in the stream, they don't even really know what's the deal, so I'm gonna allow you guys to say hi really quick. There you are, go. Mom, get the camera, YouTube, oh my god. Say hello. All the hi moms that you can possibly give, or to be given now. Oh man. Okay. While you guys say hi moms, I'm gonna find someone that we can host really quick. I have an idea already. We are going to, actually, you know what? Now I have 2 ideas. Oh, now I have 3 ideas, and it's too much. Man. Alright, what we'll do is we'll raid Ralph Bob. Ralph Bob I've never raided before. I only followed him recently. He's like probably the newest streamer I've followed, and I instantly liked his stream, so I think he deserves this quite a bit. Does a very good job at his commentary. Pretty funny too sometimes, so you might get a laugh, but either way, he's doing some Bloodborne chalices and maybe some other stuff on it. I will see you in his stream. Let's go. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much.